You know, if you thought that we couldn't get a little bit more eclectic, somehow we have. We've talked about the Catholic Church, and then we moved into divorce and a variety of other matters, and now we're into the Psychic Sisters. They're psychic mediums, they are psychic criminal profilers, and they do so much more researching, authors, and we enjoy them, and it's been some time since I've had them on. They do serious work, and they do so in a way, at least on television, that makes some great guests. Welcome, Suzanne and Jean. Gino, always a pleasure. How are you?
Oh, fabulous.
Always good to see you.
Yes.
So how are my orbs doing right now?
Real good. Energy's real good.
Yeah.
Orbs are real good.
Yeah. And what are orbs again?
Energy of light that your spirits are around, loved ones are letting you know they're around, and the energy of the ball of light.
Okay. I work with that. And if you tell me if anything changes, we have 2 segments, okay?
Okay.
How you been? I mean, it's been a while. You guys been busy?
We've been busy. We've been fabulous. We've been working on missing person cases, and we've been actually teaching some classes. And also, we were doing some filming over the summer for Travel Channel, and it'll be featured probably either January, February, or March. Can't give it up quite yet.
No, we can't do that. I agree with you. But you've teased us, and so we wait with bated breath. Am I allowed to ask you what it's about? No.
No.
Okay. All right, well, that was a dead end. You guys are titans in your field. Let's talk about a sad case, but one that brought peace to a family. And we're going to show the missing banner, I can't think of the right word right now, flyer that was out there involving Mickey Edward Scheller. Tell us about this story, Jean.
We were contacted about the first week of October. Mickey had gone missing in August, and Vicki Scheller, who is Mickey's mother, had called my sister and I, had asked us, you know, he's been gone about 8 weeks, can you please, you know, help us? And it's a local case in Butler County, and we decided to call her back and to say, yes, you know, we'll try. And so we had a meeting with her, and we talked over some energy places we felt to look and to see where he was at.
We volunteer our time with this, so the first thing that we do is once we connect it to the parents, you know, we felt the energy that Mickey was not with us anymore. There was talk that he could have been in Ohio, or he could have, you know, ran away for different kinds of things. And then after that, once we had energy, we went and we drove around the areas that we thought, which was McConnell's Mills, Moraine State Park, 488 Hillville. He lived in New Sewickley. And so once my sister and I narrowed it down after a couple of days of, you know, getting the energy, was he here alive, wasn't he here? We narrowed it down to Kelly Road in Prospect, and also another area in 528. In our second meeting, we pulled some maps off of Google Satellite and definitely checked a few things. And so the Friday before he was found, we were searching with the father, Ed, and Vicky, and another person who was just named Dave, who had a search dog, and it was raining all day. And so we went to several spots, and we said we need to have, you know, the search dog to go up here and over here.
The search dog was not there yet.
He wasn't there.
We were ruling out energy where we thought he would be at and where he would not be at. And we ruled out McConnell's Mills. We ruled out Hillview, which they said they did an aerial flyer with a helicopter. It was like, do not waste your time with. The following Friday, we were going to have the search dogs. It was like, we're going to pick 2 spots. You know, dog killing lasts about an hour or so out there, and our first choice was Kelly Road area. Our second choice was probably a couple of blocks from that area, and we said, do not go to McConnell's Mills, do not go to Hillview. He's no longer there. And so the following Friday, we would have had the dogs help us. My sister and I were in the car with Vicki Scheller, which is Mickey's mother, and we were driving around that Friday.
And then we had, as we drove down Kelly Road was our second place, Jeannie and I got this huge pull. It was like the hair in the back of your neck stood up, and it was across from this memorial marker, and there was a trailer there, and as her mother tried to go up in the area, she was like bottoming out her car, and I said, we have to have either SUV or dirt bikes. And so then from there we looked at our second spot, and we said, when this guy comes up, the same thing, she went up into the hill, and I was actually scared because she was bottoming out her car. We're going like a little back and forth. This is getting real bumpy and back in. And I said, have this guy, when he shows up, this guy from Philadelphia was supposed to come up with a really good search dog, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and this Dave was supposed to come up the Tuesday. So we had a commitment on Sunday, and I said, please go, you know, ask, you know, Mickey's friend, narrow it down. We're seeing a, you know, a burn pile, and we're seeing a place where a pond, and I said, it's definitely, this energy is so heavy on Kelly Road. And so he got a hold of his friend Derek, and Mom and the family start looking that day. And I think God really blessed them, because she actually went up there probably a quarter of a mile, and for whatever reason the car kept bottoming out and stuff. And since Jeannie and I were going up and down the road anyways, people knew we were needing ATVs, people knew we were needing dirt bikes. So Mom was up that way up until about 2:15, and when she went home, somebody said a half hour later they found Mickey exactly where she was searching at. He was found deceased. He was found in
his Jeep, and he was found exactly how we had seen and described with the water nearby. And,
and thank God that Mom wasn't with us.
Yeah, that was a big part of it.
I'm thankful, because, you know, we were just thinking of trying to help find him, and Mom wanted to, but God spared her that agony. I mean, 45 minutes went by and they found him, the local people on the dirt bikes, but they knew everyone was there.
All right, here's what I got to do. I got to jump out. I want to come back. I want to talk about this and how you work with law enforcement. And this is interesting because you received a phone call here, but it sounds like you were working to some extent also with authorities, particularly if there was some discussion about bringing helicopters in and so forth. I want to ask a couple of questions. She described what it's like when you get the feeling. I want to know what it's like when you don't. We'll try that and a couple more things. We come back our last window with these women right here at PCNC. Unless you're Clark Kent, you may not be able to read that. However, you were able to hear a lot of it from the sisters that are here tonight, Suzanne and Jean Vincent, psychic criminal investigators. And, you know, ladies, and I know we've talked about this before, we've talked about it off the air some time ago. Your time is largely donated. It's something that you do to try to help. It's a tool in some ways, and in other times you are working with authorities. What moves you to be that engaged in something like this?
If we have the ability to help, if we have the ability for a law enforcement person just to take the tools that my sister and I are picking up, a location, to go, like an example on Kelly Road, just go out there, take a drive out there, get a SUV out there. We want to help is
the bottom line.
The bottom line.
Right.
And we volunteer with it, and so as a added tool to a missing persons case, have the detective call us. We don't mind helping.
Yeah, and I know that you've made that point. Forgive me for a second, Suzanne. I know that you've made the point of you're not here to sell. I mean, it's very obvious. You obviously are passionate about this, and I think we've all seen cases that are brought to the public's attention where families do get an interest in, some level of urgency, and arguably a level of desperation that requires them to try to find out more. It seems like you were able to provide relief in some respects for the mother. This fine Mickey Scheller Facebook page, really, that we showed, chronicled much of what you told us. At the end of the day, it's the worst scenario.
Oh, it's the worst.
And yet, on the other hand, you provided something for them.
You have to have closure. Not knowing eats you alive. Just not knowing where your child is.
Now, when you do this, and I'd mentioned moments ago that a lot of times you'll do it in conjunction with authorities and what have you. You said that you had a handful of places, Jean, and that you ruled them out. Now, you said a little later that when you were by this body of water, I believe in particular on Kelly Road, that your hair came up off the back of your head. I mean, it was a real reaction. It was a physical reaction.
Yes. A very physical reaction.
Okay.
And so the process was we went to the mother's house and we got the energy off her because Mickey is part of the parents. And then we had asked for some maps of the area that we had also doused with and had used our crystal. That as a tool with the feeling that we had when we drove by, confirmed he was not here and he was not at these other places. Kelly Road area, when we went down, the mother was actually driving. I didn't know the area. My sister and I both had a very strong feeling. The hair just stood up, and then there was an actual physical pull towards this hillside. And I had told Vicki, and my sister also had said, when the dogs come back, we have to go here. So you'll actually feel an energy, a change of energy in the air, and that's what happened where we knew from past experience working on past cases, this is where his body is going to be found, in this grid right over here.
Okay, so in contrast to actually having that physical draw and physical feeling, it sounds to me that as you go through the process of elimination, they're basically in two broad strokes here. One, you look for some analytical form of evidence or something that supports or doesn't support a place, but more prominently, a vibe, a feel.
A vibration.
I'm saying as a layperson. Is that right? Is that pretty much
It's
like
a vibration
there's nothing
or an
here?
impression.
Yes. Do you ever walk into a room and people are angry and you feel the tension in the air?
Yeah, every night I'm on TV, I could feel it right through that camera over there, but go right ahead.
That's the same energy, the same feeling. You can feel it in the air. But my sister and I are just using it for feeling it in the air or feeling the energy around us to help locate a body or profile a person who may have convicted the crime.
Let's talk about orbs. Every time we get to the orbs, I get freaked because I don't know exactly what they are, but you guys are orbologists. All right, now what am I looking at right here?
That is down on the, I believe it was the 21st of October. We did a ghost hunt at the Andrew Bain Library, which we donated our time. And the group was divided up into 2 different people. Jeannie had some people and I did. And that is where everybody in that group got orbs, purple light, streaks of light. It was so unbelievable that day. And that's a picture of the purple mist around me that we were sending.
What's that represent?
That Amanda Bain, she was letting us know that she's here, and she said hello, and she was performing and letting everybody in this ghost hunt say, hey, this is my place and I'm here. It was absolutely amazing.
Okay, now we talk a lot about this sometimes with you, where I say, okay, I'm a bad photographer. Sometimes I might see something that looks like a photographer, you know, it looks like what am I looking at here? I just see a photograph.
In the upper far right-hand corner, at another ghost hunt, you'll see a blue orb far up on the right.
Now this is an orb. Tell me what an orb is.
At this particular location, it was a ball of energy from spirits that the people were there were saying they were seeing orbs and energy, and a ghost actually trying to appear, basically what it is, because you can actually get an orb, can be very big, and then you might actually get like a face, some eyes, and some nose. It's using energy to make this happen, to manifest. So
okay,
that's what it's doing.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but this is one final orb. What am I looking at?
Okay, in the upper left-hand corner, you really need to be close up with it. Near Larry's shoulder, you actually see a face. If you actually could have zeroed in that left, that mist, and that is he's very close to his grandfather, and you know, the soup Nazi, and on the side you'll see like a face, eyes, and nose of a beloved spirit, kind of letting them know that they're around you and that they're your helpers.
I was looking back at the other screen. Gene, I got 5 seconds. Business pickup, and I don't mean that in a you know, I'm being sarcastic. Do you find more interest in light of a lot of the shows that are on nationally with the ghosts and things of that sort?
I've always been a paranormal researcher, so I love watching the shows. I love capturing and researching pictures or going into haunted places. Yeah,
and you can you know, reach us at you know, psychicvincentsisters.com or SuzanneVincent.com. You know we do you know, like corporate events or little house parties, or if they want to ask us about some missing persons,
just do it.
They're more than welcome to, you know, locate us.
I love you guys. I got to run. We're going to come back with the closing statement. Ellis Cannon, PCS. I, like you, was thinking about the show today, and I thought, you know what, we'll cover the Bishop, the Affordable Care Act, airlines, the bear, divorce being contagious, and Psychic Sisters all in one show. And then I found this story, and it involves that scientists at a library have designed a pump to power a new line of environmentally friendly robots, and it works like a human heart, and it is fueled by urine. Now, I have nothing else. I got nothing else, all right? I can go through the microbial fuel cells, urine. What about Lost in Space? Tell me that wasn't the case. Have a great night. God bless. Ellis, PCNC.